good afternoon. I will start, call to order the meeting of the Greenwood Stormwater Board. It's Wednesday, October 18th at 4 p.m. Can we have a roll call, please?
David Kane.
Here.
Forrest Sutton.
Here.
Tim McLaughlin.
Here. Was there a motion for approval of our regular minutes from last meeting of September 13th? I'll make that motion. Second. Is there any discussion about those minutes? No. All right, all in favor of approval, say aye. 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 Those being approved. See any old business on the agenda, so we'll move right along to new business. Greenwood Christian Church.
Yeah, for the record, Chris Jones, Director of Stormwater Management. We received a public-private partnership application with Greenwood Christian Church. What they're wanting to do is do some bank stabilization using a product called InstaTurf. And then they also want to update their pond by adding aeration and a fountain. First off, I just want to show you, this is what InstaTurf looks like. We don't have it on any pond banks around the city yet. We've used it in a few areas for scour protection in a swale. It looks kind of like the grass mat that you wipe your feet on outside the back door. It seems to work well in the application we've used it. I'm interested to see it practice on a pond bank. But the board has received this application. Staff has reviewed it. We provided the board with a scoring sheet, our evaluation criteria. We've given this the staff has given a recommendation of 6 points out of a total of 10. We've gone through and given it some favorable recommendation. I don't know if you have any questions for myself, or I think Greenwood Christian Church is here if you have any questions for them as well.
Any questions? As long as, in addition to the bank stabilization, you're going to add a fountain. Is that also what you're asking?
Yeah, with the new construction there on Worsdale Road, I think it would add, a little eye appeal too with the traffic that we've encountered there. Plus, it would help with algae and everything else that comes with that pond as well. So,
Yes, sir. Your name for the record.
David Doherty, DAUGHERT.
Thank you.
And so what is the total amount of your project is?
$24,605 total cost. They're requesting, it looks like 75%. So they're requesting $18,450.75.
Okay. So just the pond on your property, does it just catch the runoff from your property or anything surrounding?
And not it's just our property. It catches, yeah.
Chris, any other recommendations you have over it?
Yes, we do think that it does meet the spirit of the public-private partnership, and we would encourage supporting this project. So staff would recommend the following conditions are accepted as part of the agreement. That the church shall contribute an amount to be determined by the Stormwater Management Board. The operation and maintenance manual must be modified to include the fountain and aeration system, to include a statement from the manufacturer of turnover volume in a 24-hour period, as well as identifying the InstaTurf bank stabilization measures and yearly post-construction inspection performed by the Department of Stormwater Management. Acceptance of an operation and maintenance manual by the Board of Works and Safety and Stormwater Board, which includes these accepted conditions. And 3, that the church must record at their county recorder's office the updated operation maintenance manual prior to any reimbursement or settlement of partnership funds.
All right. You guys have any thoughts?
I don't.
Well, I guess I need a motion on,
Agreeing to the 75% in the total of $18,453.75.
I'll make that motion.
Well, I will make a recommended motion for you, if you're all, if the consensus is you are willing to do that. Recommended motion to enter into a public-private partnership agreement with Greenwood Christian Church for its detention pond improvement project to include installation of artificial turf around the pond banks for stabilization and installation of generating fountain in an amount not to exceed $18,453.75. Terms and conditions to be determined by the legal department to authorize the stormwater superintendent to sign that agreement in the board's behalf.
so, say the motion, Tim?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All right, any other discussion on the motion?
No.
Okay, all in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, show that approved.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, next item on the agenda is our annual maintenance for Lakeview. We got a proposal from ASAP Aquatics. We wanted to kind of expand it this year. We want to add the aqua shade colorant treatment. So we want to do, continue with the submersible algae treatment, but we want to add the colorant to also try to block out some of the sun from that undergrowth of plant life. So the total, which would be an annual contract not to exceed $5,870.
Recommended motion to approve the 2024 Lake and Pond Care Services contract with ASAP Aquatics for Lake View Pond in an amount not to exceed $5,870. Final terms and conditions to be determined by the legal department to authorize the stormwater superintendent to sign the contract on the board's behalf.
I'll second.
All right, any other discussion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So it's approved.
Okay. The next thing we have on the agenda, Stone Municipal Group, actually, we're gonna make an adjustment. He's gonna do the report at the November meeting. But we do have the 2024 proposal for his contract for the work that he does perform for us. I think this has been provided to the board as well, and I think legal is prepared motion for us.
Recommend one, motion to approve the professional services agreement with Stone Municipal Group for financial accounting services for 2024 in an amount not to exceed $20,000 as prepared by the legal department to authorize the stormwater superintendent to sign the agreement on the board's behalf.
I'll make that motion.
Second. Any other discussion on that motion?
No.
All right, all in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Cool. Equipment sales.
All right, so the next item on our agenda is what we're wanting to do is, so a couple of years ago, we purchased the camera trailer, along with all the equipment. We've used that for the last couple of years, works well. However, we found that having a truck and a trailer, we end up blocking residents' homes and their driveways. And so since we do have a budget for it, we've decided we would purchase a truck chassis to put the camera system on. So we have reached out to through our Sourcewell purchasing program, Jack O'Haney for a this equipment purchase. I think that legal is also prepared a motion.
Yes, because this is one of those, it's a special purchase under the statute for purchasing, so we want to make sure we get into the record that you have made the determination that it has a substantial savings. So you will also have to do a determination that is in writing and that is kept in a separate file. So if you are amenable, I recommend a motion to determine that purchasing the Ford E450 chassis as described and presented by the superintendent through the Sourcewell Purchasing Cooperative provides the opportunity for substantial savings in accordance with Indiana Code Section 522.10.5 to authorize the purchase of the chassis in an amount not to exceed $98,557.12 from Jack Doheny Company. Final terms and conditions for the purchase to be determined by the legal department, and to authorize the superintendent to sign any and all documents on the board's behalf to effectuate the purpose.
I'll make that.
I'll second.
All right, all in favor of that motion, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. So, I need to,
Well, we'll have you sign the notice of determination. You just made the determination, and so now
okay. So
you can just sign it, yes.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Can you do anything else on the purchase?
Nope, you just authorized everything you needed to do.
Okay. Stuff's getting expensive. All right, proposed budget.
Yes, okay, so I think we introduced this at our last meeting. Also, I put it back into a old form, or old format for the board, previous year's numbers. If there are no questions for staff, I think we'll also prepare a resolution for the adoption of this full budget.
Typically do it by resolution, so I see that our city controller is here if you have specific budget questions.
So I was happy to see that it's down $163,000, so that's a good deal.
There are none. I would recommend a motion to approve resolution 2302, adopting the proposed 2024 budget.
Motion.
I'll make the motion.
Okay, second. All right, any further discussion on the motion? None. All right, all in favor of approval of the motion, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye. Okay.
The next thing we have on the agenda is our annual contract with Hirons for public outreach. We want to work with Hirons for the 2024 year, and there is not an increase in their proposal for next year. It continues to be $1,500 a month or $18,000 a year. That's something that the department has prepared
So I did the contract, so I will recommend a motion to approve the 2024 Public Education and Outreach Services Agreement with Hirons Advertising and Public Relations in an amount not to exceed $18,000 as prepared by the legal department, and to authorize the Stormwater Superintendent to sign the agreement on the board's behalf.
I'll make the motion. I'll second.
All right, any other discussion on that motion?
No.
All right. All in favor of approval of the motion, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye. Anything else, Chris?
Oh, I do have one more. Okay, so currently we have a contract with NASB Construction for some stop 18, regrading the swale and moving cattails and obstructions. We've noticed that we ran into an issue with some of the soil and subsurface conditions. So we've recommended installing an under drain And so we received an estimate from Energy Construction for the installation of an under drain in this area. And I think that legal has prepared
And if you want to know the amount that would be increased is $11,866.69 to just add that under drain tile install.
Okay.
I would recommend a motion to amend the contract with NASB Construction for maintenance services for the drainage swale from Canterbury Drive to the Tracy Ditch Legal Drain to include installation of under drain tile for an additional compensation in the amount of $11,866.69. Final terms and conditions to be determined by the legal department to authorize the stormwater superintendent to sign the amendment in the board's behalf.
Motion.
I'll make the motion.
Okay.
I'll second.
All right, any further discussion?
No.
All right, all in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Get it? All right, anything from the audience, including anybody on Zoom? Hearing none, we will move on to reports. Council, everything?
Have none?
Thank you. City engineer, do not see anybody. Greg, anything else for us?
Nothing from my office.
Thank you. All right, billing. We got a report.
You do have the stormwater utility Q3.
Yeah.
Okay, we sent out.
Yes.
All right, Chris, we're back to you.
All right, wonderful. Okay, so we have a couple of operational maintenance manuals. I'll get up ready. First one is from Southway HOA. This is due to our public-private partnership that we're looking with them. We find it acceptable and recommend motion to accept it and authorize the mayor to sign the board via.
Motion,
I'll make that. Second.
second, all in favor of acceptance, say aye.
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 The second operation maintenance manual we have is for Project Barbecue, which is on 2955 Allen Road. We find this manual to be acceptable and recommend acceptance of manual and authorize the mayor to sign the board's behalf.
I'll make the motion.
All in favor of acceptance, say aye.
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 And the last operation maintenance manual we have is for Greenwood Christian Church. That is at 2578, either 125 West or Donegal Road. We're still discussing what the name of the road is, but we find this to be acceptable. Recommend that the board accept the manual and authorize the mayor to sign the board's behalf.
Motion?
Right.
Okay,
Second.
all right, all in favor of acceptance, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right,
Okay.
anything else?
No, on to our field report, we collected 22.61 tons of debris for street sweeping at a cost of $1,084.01. We did dump the dumpster for jetting last month, with no cost there. We only had 1 inch precipitation for September. 78 was the average temperature, 169 work orders initiated, 201 completed, 18 requests initiated, 21 completed, 65 EMP inspections. We did miscellaneous jetting, pothole mostly for department. We did 1,626 locates, 2 stormwater management permits issued, 10 inspections, 53 ESC permits issued, 91 inspections. Believe it or not, 0 hotspots cleared because we really didn't have rain. 78 right-of-way inspections, education event, we did a monarch butterfly workshop. The last thing I do have, okay, so this has been painstakingly long process, but remember in 2015 we started our pre-hazard mitigation program to remove homes from the floodway. So it was officially called the pre-hazard mitigation grant of 2060. Well, it took until, I don't have a date on this, but, oh yeah, September 29th, 2023, I finally got you're complete from the Homeland Security and FEMA. We finally closed out that project. So they reached out to us earlier this year and said, oh, we want you to change a few things on, we want you to reach back out to the property owners you bought property from in 2016, 2017, and have them sign this or have them sign that. And after, 4 or 5 years of pandemic, we had no idea where we were going to find these people. But we had to also modify the deed restriction on these properties. So it had to say a couple of different, the John B. Stafford Act, and have to reference, specific federal government name. So anyways, so we're finally officially closed with the 2016 grant. So now the 2018 grant, we're having to work on. Hopefully another 2 years we'll get that letter as well. But, that's all I have.
You noticed in the budget that we don't have any money for that, so were we kind of done with that? Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I think we still fund $100,000.
But we're not gonna go through the FEMA.
Or we won't go through the FEMA process.
Okay.
Yeah, that's too much.
All right. Any other business that needs to come before the board? No, I guess I should ask the mayor. Anything from the mayor's office? Okay, so now. Okay, so approval of claim docket. So is there a motion for claim dockets?
I'll make that.
Okay.
Second.
All right. Any discussion about the claims? All in favor of approval, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Now, is there anything else that needs to come before the board?
No.
All right. Anything from the commissioners you want to say? All right, then we will be adjourned at 4:23.